Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wong Village custom review spotlight, and today we're going to look at lady, but not a Player lady or Trackmaster lady or any lady toy that you can get on the market, but is this one, a lady scratch built model that you've seen in one of our videos on our channel, some of the live streams we've had, and I hope you recognize it from the Thomas and the Magic Railroad parody. Yeah, that's the model used in it, the larger scale model of lady used in the parody. So we've got quite a lot of comments saying that you would like to look closely or learn how I've made it, and I've actually drafted a Google Doc and updated it for several times over the years, and you can find it in the description of the video that lady was featured in, and you can look at several photographs and different history or why I would like to make it, or different progress updates on there. It's a Google Doc, so please do check it out. But today here I would like to show you some of the details with kind of hands-on in pointing at stuff, so you can better understand how this thing kind of works, or how this thing, what features it has, or how it was made. So starting from its feature, it does have different features. So this is how I got it off the shelf. I usually display it like so without the face, because her smoke box looks really cool, I think, and the faces that I made aren't really that good. But apart from the faces, we'd like to focus on the lamp. I'm not sure if you know that these lamps can actually light up, and if we rotate it down here, you can see the battery kind of box or compartment there, so you can switch the lights on, and if it's not broken, yeah, you can see the lights kind of flickering. It shouldn't flicker for a while, maybe it will work. Yes, so not working entirely well at the moment, but with some adjustments, we're basically tapping it continuously. It didn't work. Because the connection is actually just tape and blue tack gluing two pieces of wire together, so it's not very well, but yeah, you get the idea. I did get it to work for quite some longer periods of time during the shooting of that video, as you see, so it kind of works. And at the back, as you probably know, the back light also works, so that's one of the feature. And the front light works now. Anyways, I'm going to switch it off, because we're not going to waste any battery. It's very hard to change the battery. So from the side, you can see we have the cylinders, very ladylike. So as a whole, I forgot to mention, it's actually made of wood. So it's quite fragile, but not as fragile as some of my Player custom that I made with cardboard. Because lady has quite a basic shape, and I think using wood would make sense, because it's just several pieces of panels on lady, and if we use cardboard, obviously it will still stand, but maybe not as durable, or it would look different basically. And I was also inspired, actually. This was made after the large-scale lady prop was found. Well, it didn't go very well in the end, but at the time it was great news, and I always liked the design of lady, so kind of inspired to make a large-scale lady prop, and I always liked the proportion of the large-scale lady prop better than the Gauge 1 one. So anyway, so because it's kind of based on the large-scale one, so I figured out using wood would be appropriate. So moving on to the wheels, these are Lego wheels that I've got from, I think, Big Ben Bricks or something, couldn't really remember, and I've got the rods from some online stores where it's really quite expensive, but I think it's certainly worth it. At the time of buying the wheels as well as the rods, I have no idea how this will actually come together. I have no idea how these two rods will join, how it would join that, but I think I'll just give it a try, get it onto my hands, and we'll see. So the final process or the decision or the idea of combining these things that I've bought into the model is actually quite funny, as well as quite unexpected, because what I used ultimately is actually, if we remove this, you can see there's a white straw. I can actually pull it out for you to see. We have a white straw in the middle, that extends throughout the course of these two pins, actually separate pins. So with that, it kind of joins the two pins together, but it can also rotate on its own. So it works, kind of works. And for here at the front, the valve gear is actually more simple. What I did is just slip one of the toothpicks, painted silver, into the slot of the Lego pin, and at the end I stuck a piece of wood. Well, looking back, I shouldn't actually use wood because the shape looks strange and very thick. Actually, cardboard would be a better choice. But anyways, I stuck wood onto it, like here. So it's actually just for decoration purpose for that one. And the functions of this valve gear all depends on that middle silver toothpick, if you can see here. Yeah, so I think it works quite well, and I'm pretty happy that it kind of free wheels spin quite well. Sometimes the rod will come out if we push it for a longer period of time because it's custom made, and basically it's held with straw and friction, so it's not very well made, but it works and does the job. So moving on to the bodywork, we see this one. This is actually two. We can actually see a small gap in the middle. Yeah, I've smoothed it with white glue as always because it's cheap and I think it's convenient, but the proper way to do it would definitely be putty, but putty requires applying, drying, and then sanding. So for people who would not like to go through that, I think, tedious process, can maybe resort to white glue. And I think it works quite well if you execute it and use your hands to basically wipe it all around to smooth out the edges. But anyways, what I was trying to say is that these two are actually spray paint can lids. So yeah, that gives the shape of the boiler, and as you probably would have guessed, the front, the smoke box, is actually toilet paper roll, apparently. And for this one is straw, paper, and kind of paper wrapped around with white glue to fill in the edges and gaps and kind of give it a vivid shape. The whistle is quite easy to make actually, because the bottom is just a roll of paper and the top is just a roll of paper wrapped around a cut piece of a section of toothpick. Yeah, so that's quite easy, and I think it looks really quite well considering it's such basic materials. Looking at the dome, the bottom part is cardboard and the top dome part is clay. Moving on to, I believe the side tanks. Pieces of wood stuck together, and we have this kind of pin stripping, actually is tape. Yeah, some tape with elastic properties so that it can bend around the corner. Well, not very well as it turns out, but yeah, it kind of bends. That's what all these gold linings were made of. And then we have the little step ladder, which is made up of also wood. Looking up, we have the handrails where you would climb up into Lady, and these are craft wires. At the back, similar details. The buffer, this one is actually, well, funny enough, it's actually kind of like a real life buffer. It's things, translucent plastic soft plastic things that you put on the wall behind a door, where it prevents the door from banging on the wall and chipping the paint. Basically that. So it kind of acts like a buffer as well. But obviously it's not sprung. Yeah, it's too complicated to make it sprung. Here we have, not sure if you noticed, modified and inverted upside down player rail Trackmaster hook with craft wire as the coupling. But that's basically decoration, but I do think you can actually use it. No trucks for lady to pull around for now, but if we have, I think we can use it. And that's basically it for now. But we can also take a look at the interior. I'm not sure if you can see it because it's quite dark in there. There is kind of an interior that is, I'm not sure what that is. Not sure what that, I think that's the throttle or the regulator or something like that. Yeah, Bernard Stone did kind of move that over to there, and then lady starts moving before the chase scene. So basically stuff like that. And if we look inside, there is some detail. And on the side here, there we have seats for them to sit here as well. Not sure if you can actually see it. So yeah, that's it. The inner detail or the cap detail is actually based on the large scale model, because there are lots of pictures flooding the internet, or especially Twitter, during the time I make it, because the large scale lady has just been found. So I just follow that. And looking up, we also have the whistle where you can actually do the peep peep kind of. Yeah, because it's actually just a piece of rubber band stuck on. At the time of making it, I think sticking rubber band on it would make sense, because you can actually kind of pull it and have the whistle. I mean, she won't actually whistle, but you can have the idea of pulling the whistle cord. But as time has passed, I think 2 or 3 years or even more, I actually forgot how many years I've made her. The rubber band kind of ages and will break actually if you pull it often. So yeah, it kind of deforms already. So that idea kind of does not work out quite well in the end, but it still looks good and works as whistle cord. So that's it. Oh, sorry. We also have this part, which is, stand by. We have this one, which is the coal bunker. From the movie, lady has a kind of a lid covering the coal bunker. I'm not sure if it actually removes this or slides out like that, but that's how I did it. Coal is actually just styrofoam. Yeah. And we have this thing, and we'll use blue tack kind of to make sure it doesn't slide out, because yeah, it does slide out on its own without the blue tack sometimes before I've installed the blue tack. So that's it for lady, and I hope you've enjoyed this video showcasing, well, one of my favorite model. And before we end, we can show you some of the faces that I've made for lady. So the first face that I've made for lady is this one. This is yeah, basically lady smile face Mark 1, which kind of looks scary. We'll try it on later. Kind of looks scary and a bit too fat. The cheeks a bit too chubby. So we've made Mark 2 lady face, which was used in the video featured on our channel, the remake. So this one looks more like lady, when still not perfect, but I think it's better than the Mark 1. So now let's try it on to lady. Yeah, so we can simply remove the smoke box, and where the eyes are hidden inside, because we have 2 slots here for this place of the eyes. The eyes are wonky at the moment, but well, it's really quite terrifying actually. Let's adjust the eyes for a bit so it doesn't look that scary. Lady shouldn't be a scary engine. Yeah, a bit wonky at the moment, but yeah, that's the first phase, and you can see certainly does not look right. And we have the second phase, which is this one, that if we try to apply it on, and yeah, you've all seen it before in the remake actually. Yeah, there we go. Still wonky eyes, but we can adjust it a bit using fingers. I would like to fit an mechanism inside one day, but for now it's just held up with blue tack. Yeah, that kind of looks a bit more lady, maybe not at this angle, but here. Looks kind of better as lady, but still not perfect. One day maybe I'll remake it again. So we have a lady face Mark 3. And we also have this one, not sure if you spotted it. This is actually a joke, kind of joke, a fun thing that fits on. This is actually the smoke box of the large scale lady as it is being found. When it was found, it was recycled as a Christmas train decoration kind of thing, and this is the smoke box it has received. So probably will never use it because it doesn't make sense basically, but maybe we'll make a video having the smoke box one day, not sure, but yeah, basically kind of a joke that I've came up with while making these phases. So reverting back into my favorite phase, well, not phase, but smoke box. And that's it for lady. I think that is quite a lengthy video, and if you've stuck here till now, I'm very glad that you have been so interested in this model. So yeah, we will have some more reviews perhaps. So until then, I think we'll see you later.